Sir, thank you for saving America. Sir, thank you for saving America. Sir, thank you for saving our country. So many of them. It's not rehearsed, it's just that's what they feel.
A lying predator like this man belongs nowhere near the Oval again, and many have spoken out against him.
Because he deserves the criticism. He's done some awful things in America, and he's, I think, a really terrible person as well.
In what way?
I think he's selfish, he's racist, he's misogynist, he's a liar, probably the worst liar we've ever seen in public life. He's really ill-informed, a narcissist. I could go on.
Including Grammy winner John Legend.
And when you see these towns, and when you see these thugs being thrown into the back of a paddy wagon, you just see them thrown in, rough. I said, please don't be too nice.
After all, Trump, a criminal, believes in full immunity for police. Yet when it comes to the citizens of this country, he could care less, especially as it pertains to the judicial system.
The reason why we care so much about pretrial freedom is because our jails end up housing so many people, and they're not set up to make people's lives better. And what ends up happening is people who are innocent until they're proven guilty. So in our system, everybody knows that. You watch Law and Order, you watch the life and times of Donald Trump, every trial that he's a part of, you notice he's not spending time in jail before he goes to trial. He's innocent until he's proven guilty. And we all know that. But what happens with folks who can't afford bail is they have to languish in jail until their case. I think what ends up happening is we get kind of ruled by the anecdote. You know, the New York Post will run a story, or Fox News will run a story, or the local news will run a story, and they'll say this one person got out of jail on bail, and they did this crime. But the actual numbers, the actual data is resoundingly clear that folks that benefit from pretrial freedom don't go out and commit more crimes.
This is the work many do not see nor hear about. Legend's activism is helping countless people, which is exactly what many Republican and centrist voters could give a damn about.
Or as someone once said, shut up and dribble.
He unfortunately knows as well what this feels like.
Of course, you've seen people like Laura Ingraham tell LeBron to shut up and dribble. And in general...
Has anybody told you to shut up and sing?
Of course they've told me to shut up and sing. And in general, I think Hollywood, when it comes to actors and entertainers, more of us lean toward the left than toward the right. And so the right has kind of taken on this idea that celebrities should shut up. Of course, they just elected a celebrity who hosted, Celebrity Apprentice of all shows. So I don't think they actually believe that celebrities should shut up. They just want celebrities to agree with them. And if they don't agree with them, they want them to shut up. They're happy to have Ted Nugent on their network. They're happy to have, whatever B-list actors they've had on their network. They'll take anybody that will come to them. They're so happy that Kanye is on Team MAGA now, and they're embracing it. So they don't want you to shut up. They want you to shut up if you don't agree with them. It's funny, the Republicans hate when celebrities talk about politics, but they've been the ones that have elected all the celebrities. They've elected Donald Trump and Ronald Reagan.
This is a phenomenal point. As much as Republicans love to rail against the Hollywood elites, they sure do love a celebrity, especially ones that pander to their views on the world.
Now, many of our Christians have what I call the goo-goo syndrome. Good government. They want everybody to vote. I don't want everybody to vote. Elections are not won by a majority of people. They never have been from the beginning of our country, and they are not now. As a matter of fact, our leverage in the elections, quite candidly, goes up as the voting populace goes down.
This message from decades ago rings true. They envision less folks voting because it is still obviously there. If they restrict it, they have a better chance of winning.
I think the great thing about Amendment 4, it's a unifier. It's 1.5 million people in Florida that are disenfranchised now that wouldn't be if Amendment 4 passes. The majority of those folks are white, 30% of them are black. So that means there's a lot of folks that will be affected by this, a lot of families. Some of them are going to be Trump voters, some of them are going to be Hillary voters, and some of them probably didn't even vote or even think to vote before and might be independent. So it's not clear whose advantage it's going to be on a partisan level, but it's better for us, it's better for all of us if our citizens are voting. Because what that means is they're bought into the idea of our democracy. They're bought into being upstanding community members, and they've paid their debt to society. What we're saying is, let's bring them back into the community. They're working, they're paying taxes, they're in other ways participating in society. Why would we exclude them from the most important role they have as a citizen, which is to participate in democracy?
Again, all valid points being stated here.
Be ready to go in case, they do come around. But somebody gonna come talk to us, man. Somebody gonna give us what we want, or we ain't moving.
Ice Cube is facing backlash after one of Trump's senior advisors revealed he is working with the administration.
President Trump's son-in-law and top advisor Jared Kushner met with him for 3 hours.
We call it the Platinum Plan.
Their contract, it lists these 13 different points here. And again, in their plan, what do you see in the Platinum Plan they released that mentions that mirrors anything that's in yours?
You got, if I'm looking at it, agreeing to direct VC money to black investment companies up to $40 billion.
See, a lot of people have been talking about this $500 billion. That's not going to black people. In fact, that's just actually the infrastructure funding program. That's not actually $500 billion going to black people.
Legend also saw this and weighed in.
But Trump's platinum plan for black folks is nothing but fool's gold. Because you can't bank on a word he says. Ask the students of Trump University. Ask all of the contractors he stiffed. Ask the people his charity was supposed to help before it was shut down for being a fraud. Ask all the black and brown Americans who are dying from this virus and losing their jobs under his watch. The president isn't strong. He's a coward. And his career in business and in government has been failure after failure after failure.
He'd have a lot more to say on the subject.
What's your thought on Black Lives Matter?
What is it? What do you mean?
The idea is that there's this movement called Black Lives Matter, thinking that the rest of America didn't seem to understand that Black Lives Matter.
It just sounds weird. I don't know that you put a name on. It's not a name. It's not whatever. It's somebody got shot by police and for a up reason. I am a young, black, rich. If that don't let you know that America understands Black matter these days, I don't know what it is. That man white, he filming me. I don't know what you mean, man. Don't come at me with that dumb man. My life matter, especially to my.
Let's also not forget this, and hand in hand, remember when Lil Wayne endorsed Donald Trump prior to the 2020 election. There have been many theories floated on why he did this. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/TYTsports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day.